Hello everyone, I'm Sarah of Rich Textures Crochet and welcome. Today we're going to learn how to crochet a very pretty V and cluster stitch. This is the stitch here in front of you. You can see that it has a beautiful texture on the front side, and then this is our back more smooth, subtle side to it. So all the textures to the front. Today for the tutorial I'm going to be using a little bit of a medium or worsted weight yarn. This is the Heatherly yarn by Knit Picks and We Crochet. I'll also be using a 5mm or an H8 crochet hook, and links to both of these items are in the description of this video. Also down in the description you'll find a direct link to the free written instructions, which are on my website at richtexturescrochet.com. So thank you so much for joining me. While you're here, I invite you to subscribe, take a look around. This channel is updated every single week with free crochet patterns and stitch tutorials. So let's grab our hooks and yarn and get started. Now our stitch today is worked in rows. You're going to start by making a slip knot and then by working a foundation chain, and our foundation chain today will need to be an even number of stitches. So you're going for a multiple of 2. Today I'm going to start by chaining 24. Once you have your foundation chain worked, you're going to begin row 1 by working a double crochet into the 4th chain from your hook. Your chain 3 at the start of your row does count as a double crochet. You're then going to double crochet into each stitch all the way across. At the end of row 1, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. Now for row 2, we're going to work our cluster stitches, and our cluster stitches are essentially half double crochet 2 together stitches. How we're going to work them is beginning in our first stitch and over our second stitch, we're going to work a half double crochet 2 together. So yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over and drop a loop. Then yarn over again, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and draw up a loop. You will have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. That's your half double crochet 2 together. You're then going to slip stitch into the next stitch. Next, work a half double crochet 2 together, beginning in the same stitch as your slip stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch as your slip stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and draw up a loop. 5 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Then slip stitch into the next stitch. You're going to repeat this all the way across. Half double crochet 2 together, beginning in the same stitch as your slip stitch, and then slip stitch into the next stitch all the way across. When you come across at the end of your row 2, you're going to work one final half double crochet 2 together, working into the same stitch as your slip stitch, and then into the top of your turning chain 3. You're then going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet stitch, and turn your work. Now for row 4, we're going to work 2 double crochet stitches into our next slip stitch. So skipping your half double crochet 2 together into your next slip stitch, work 2 double crochet stitches. Skip the next cluster and work 2 double crochet stitches into your next slip stitch. You're going to repeat this all the way across. When you come all the way across at the end of your row 3, you're going to finish off by skipping that next cluster stitch and then by working a half double crochet or a double crochet into the turning chain space. So you have your cluster, then in the turning chain space, just work 1 double crochet stitch. You're then going to chain 1 and turn your work. Now for the rest of the pattern, we're simply going to repeat our rows 2 and 3. So beginning with your half double crochet 2 together in the first stitch, followed by your slip stitch, then half double crochet 2 together beginning in the same stitch as your slip stitch. All the way across, and then work your double crochet, 2 double crochet stitches into each chain stitch. And that's all there is to working this pretty cluster and V-stitch. So thank you so much for joining me. Once again, while you're here, I invite you to subscribe, take a look around, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, happy crocheting. Bye.